Hey guys, Dave here. I'm at the store. It's March 18th. It's a Saturday, day after Patty's Day. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I've done a bunch of stuff in the store this morning and I wanted to show you kind of what we've done, because the store is going to look a lot more different when you come in on Sunday. And we're not done yet, but we're getting there. So I guess the biggest thing you'll see right away if you come to the store is the 360 section is now a very tall section. It actually has the exact same amount of games. It just starts off way at the bottom and goes way up. And the reason we did this, if you've been following our videos, is that we're going to be adding a display case right here. I think I called it a shelf last time in my last video, but it's going to be a display case. So this is temporary. We're hopefully going to get the display case in the next week. Maybe next week or two, but this is temporary just so we have something sort of displayed here. It's obviously not a wonderful use of our space, but it is kind of nice because I was able to display some items that have been, you know, up there or buried, like, you know, what's this thing, the quick shot? No, laser scope. Oh man, terrible. So laser scope, I mean, that was like hiding up there, right? So there's some things that have been hiding that, you know, they're now a lot more visible. So you never know, some of the stuff might sell on Sunday. So basically, once we get the display case in, this is all going to go back, you know, hiding somewhere up high. And then, yeah, we're gonna have a display case there. It'll be locked, and then it's gonna have, you know, all the Wii U, a lot of the PS2, PS3 back there, and then all the Switch, which is kind of living here right now. It's not the best spot, but there's really nowhere else to put it. So it's sort of just sitting there. And yeah, let me go through the store and show you what I did this morning. So first things first, and when you're moving a section like this, you know, if you recall, we had, like, you know, controllers down the wall here, and now we only have 360 controllers and cables that kind of go down the wall, which is, it looks pretty nice actually. But all those all the controllers that used to be there had to go somewhere else. So PlayStation controllers are now here. So PS2 and PS1, PS2, and PS3, and actually we have a PS4 controller as well in stock right now. I think we also have one more, it's a purple one, kind of in the middle there. So PS1, PS2, PS3 here, charging cables, they're all kind of up there. So the Nintendo that used to be here, the Super Nintendo and the NES, is now down here. And what I did was kind of cleaned up the wall. We only have 2 of each controller there, if we do. We don't have any red N64 right now, but that's all right. And then you get your Super, and then, you know, some third-party ones here too that work perfectly fine if you want to save a bit of money. And then NES and sort of cable extensions at the bottom. So all the Nintendo controllers are now here and over here. Here we got your Wii U, GameCube, and Switch. Original Xbox are now down here, and Sega is still here. One TurboGrafx controller up there, and a couple of like Atari and miscellaneous things. So in order to fit all of this, basically, we just culled some of the controllers, because we had, you know, way too many controllers in the store. And as I've been saying in the last few videos, this kind of happens where, you know, throughout the year, we just add stuff to the store, we add stuff to the store. Sometimes there's a bit too much and we need to do a bit of a cleanup. So another thing, so I went through the magazines here. I removed one of them last week. So this looks a little cleaner as well. I put a bunch more NES protectors. I know people like the ones that have Nintendo, so I found a bunch in the storage unit, so I put them in. And we have all these cases here. These are plastic, these are used plastic containers that, like, this is an NES one, for example. So we sell these brand new for $2. We sell, you know, box protectors. So for example, this has like a plastic box protector. We sell those for $2 as well. But I have used ones here for a variety of systems. These are still the orphaned boxes. And then there's some Saturn games in here. I just kind of put them there. The PS1 that used to be here for 1 week that I knew wouldn't be there for long is now down here. It's alphabetized, and again, there's no more than 2 copies of a game. A lot of we've got all the Final Fantasies here pretty much. There's actually a lot of good games in here. I didn't even realize it until I was sort of culling through it last week. So have a look. There's a few big box games as well right there. And if you're looking for more PS1, it'll be in the display cabinet right here. Or there's actually some loose disc games there as well. Still have the Gauntlet. I tried to sell that last week to every single person that came in. No one bought it. It's not like a stick of gum. It's not an impulse item. So what else? We have all these bins at the bottom here. So some of them have been here before. I got a bin of microphones. This is just a miscellaneous bin with like all kinds of neat stuff, you know. So I mean, browse through here if you're looking for stuff. Game Gear battery, charging sets. You know, there's just a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Got some loose PSP down here, some DS, and then this is kind of like a PlayStation bin that I made, just full of PlayStation items for the PS2, PS3 that you might need. Miscellaneous stuff there. Master System, I couldn't find another spot for it, so it's down here. Because the Sega at the top, it's pretty full. So I'm okay with that. We don't sell a ton of Master System. Wish we had more. When we get it in, it sells, and then we always have, you know, about 10 games left. So I guess I'll just go through and sort of show the rest of the stuff here. So there's the 360. Had to move that up as well, by the way. I think the display case is going to go that high. So there's your 360 section. Also put a shelf up here. I had an extra shelf, so I thought I could just display a few more things that they were kind of up there and they were harder to see. So here we got our Xbox One, PS4, a couple of PS5 games, and PS3. And I think I already showed you that. At the top here, I just displayed all these NES boxes. So basically a lot of the stuff that's here is kind of go back up here after. But it, you know, it just looks nicer when it's like that. And NES section, always super full. GameCube looking good. Our Wii and Wii U, 3DS and DS, and of course there's more DS and 3DS here, and loose DS and 3DS. Also some loose Switch games as well. And Vita. Selling 1 or 2 amiibo a week. People still buying them. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so the Switch is here. Dreamcast, still there. Any NES that's over $40 is going to be in the display cabinet here. Got a nice row of higher end Genesis as well. Our N64 and Super Nintendo. A lot of people have been buying Super Nintendo lately. It's been pretty cool. A lot of like the obscure stuff. Got this giant statue here. Some loose games for Game Boy. PSP, PS2, and original Xbox is now down here. Over here, you got your Sega at the top there, Genesis, some Super Nintendo, N64, and more Genesis at the bottom. There's a lot of good Genesis in here. I know it's not the easiest to see. I would actually recommend, you know, using your phone as well, if you have a, you know, if you want to be able to see everything a little better. Skylanders, and then just a few guitars. That bin's pretty much just got a couple of items in it. And controllers for Wii, GameCube, Wii U, and Switch. So I'll go back here. And our boxed consoles and more Switch games, of course. So basically Switch games are going to go in the display cabinet. That's going to be like foremost. They're going to be at the top because the writing's very small. And obviously for theft reasons, it's harder to have them out there. And then definitely the Wii U and the Wii. And we'll see probably some PS2 and PS3. We're going to try to put as much as we can that's back here. You know, stuff that's really hard to see. Because there's a lot of really good stuff back here. So, more Sega. We have both of these in stock. We've never had them at the same time, and they both got traded in. Well, we got the gold last week, and silver we've had for maybe a little over a month. More boxed consoles up there. A couple of Vitas that Joe put in a couple of weeks ago. In really nice shape. The person we got this off of used to own the EB Games in Brockville, I believe, and he just, you know, he slowly sells us his collection, and it's always in excellent shape. Like if you're looking for collector quality stuff, just ask us. I think these were all his actually. Xbox One X. Put this in last week too, the Mario All-Stars set. It's so neat. And Joe and I were talking about it, and I mean, if you have more information on this, let us know. But we think the reason they put the stickers on the Canadian versions was maybe because of the language laws at the time. So we're kind of curious about that. We've never had one of these before. It's really neat. More box consoles up there, and then all of our sort of loose systems. They all come with a controller, cables, and a memory card if required. For example, PS1, PS2, GameCube always come with a memory card. Oh, we got a Power Glove there. We sold one a few weeks ago, and we have another one ready to go. Switch consoles, DS, 3DS. I mean, we actually have a good selection right now. Like, we have a PS4 as well. We don't always have a PS4 in stock, so that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna go a little slower over here, show what's here. Once the display cabinet is in the store, I'm going to do another store tour video, and I'll probably take pictures of the store again and post those online. I know a lot of people really appreciate that because they can kind of browse through what we have. So definitely going to do that once the store is done. So I think that's pretty much it. So hope you enjoyed the tour, and I'll get you another video once we got this display cabinet in. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.